This is an Ellis Mowers and More small engine repair. Stay connected on Instagram and Facebook at Ellis Mowers and More. Comments or questions? Leave them below or email me, ellis@ellismowers.com. Parts used in today's repair are found using the links in the description below. And as always, like and subscribe for more small engine content. On today's small engine repair, I've got something that's hopefully going to be simple and straightforward. This I got for free. This also, I can't remember if this is the one. This may actually be my highest earning mower on YouTube. This is a Troy Bilt Pony. It has a 7-speed shift on the go, like all of them do. But this one has the Powermore engine on it, and it doesn't power anymore. So I sold this to a guy about 4 years ago. He used it quite a bit, actually. Had to do a few things to it. He's decently mechanically inclined, but then he was cutting grass one day with it, and all of a sudden it lost power and started shooting a bunch of oil out, and he's kind of taking it apart. And you know, the Powermore engines, it's like, do I rebuild the Powermore engine? Do I just slap a Briggs and Stratton on it and, you know, keep on going? I got wiring harnesses out the wazoo for Briggs. So I've got a couple of 12.5s that I took off of mowers that I'm either going to sell for parts or scrap altogether. And so we're just going to throw a 12.5 on this. It'll be plenty of power for this 42-inch deck. This is going to be a cheap mower anyway, so no need to put like a super nice engine on it for what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and get going with this, show you around it really quickly, and then we will throw the new 12.5 on it, and we should be good to go after that. So I'll give a quick look around it. He did take pretty good care of it in the amount of time he had it. The mower deck is still in decent shape for what it is. Got a little bit of rust bubbling up there. But, I mean, this mower, it's still got the new style, the newer style hood on it for the Troy Bilts. It's like a 2009 model year or something like that. And so, but here's that engine. I am going to take the starter and stuff off of it because I think he said he paid $100 and some odd just for the starter for this thing, because the starter ended up going out on him. Again, he's taking the head and the valves and stuff off. I don't have time to put this all back together, and on the whim that it may or may not work, so especially with all the oil and stuff that's sitting around. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to throw it on the mower lift. We're going to rip this thing off. Here's a 12.5 horsepower. It's already got a side exhaust off of a Murray, and so we'll make that work if we have to cut a little area in the hood or something in order for it to work. We'll make that happen. But trying to figure out where the exhaust came out on this Powermore. It must have came out from the bottom down here somewhere, right there on the bottom right. So one of those studs is missing too. So I don't think this thing's going to get get any new life to it. We're going to take it off, throw this one on, and we'll be in business here in just a second. So let me get my mower lift out, clear some stuff out of the way. I'm currently in the process. This video will probably come out after, or this video will come out before my clean out process, but I'm currently in the process of cleaning out some stuff, getting a lot of old machines that I've had out here because I've gotten some new machines in. But battery's from 2020. It has 12.5 volts. I cleaned a little bit of residue off of it as well. So yeah, let's go ahead. I'll put y'all on time lapse. I'll get everybody up, or get this thing up on the mower jack, and we're just gonna pull this thing off, slap the new one on, and be done with it here in just a few minutes. Alright, y'all saw me put the 12.5 on. We still got a little bit of work to do. Looks like we got a little bit of junk in this shroud here we may have to take off and vacuum out. That carb I'm sure is trash. I'll put one on it. I got one here. We got to figure out the exhaust too. Don't know exactly what I'm going to do with that yet, but I will see. What we've got though is, you know, everything's on. I hooked the throttle cable up. Had to take a bolt out because the setup that this came off of was a separate choke throttle setup. So there was a bolt there that acted as a stopper for the throttle. But now that the choke and the throttle are one on this one, we're good. I found a wiring harness that fit this. 6-pin plugged into the diode here. Hopefully the diode works. And then attach this to where the coil wire is. This right here was for anti-backfire, which this will not have, so we don't have to worry about that. I've hooked up the battery. I have not tried this out. I have not cheated, so we're going to see together if this is going to start. And I will grab a little bit of carb spray. If we do get a little bit of turning over, we have enough oil to at least to get it to fire off, and then we'll see if it runs after that. So let's see. Heart brake is down. It's turning over. That's a good thing. It's slow though. And I'll show y'all what happened to the other one here in a second. Let's see. The battery's too dead. Alright. Let me get my jump pack, see if we can get it to fire. It sounds like it's got compression, so that's good. That's why I put it on here, because I thought it did. Or because I felt it, you know, when I turned it freely. Hopefully we can save this battery. It's about 3.5 years old, so. There we go. Whoop. Maybe not. Gotta get a good connection here, guys. So that's good. We'll hit it one more time. Now we just need to figure out the muffler situation for it, so I've got to do a couple of little things. Throw that battery on the charger, may slap another battery in it that I have here. Running a little bit low on batteries, but that's beside the point. Let me see if I can figure out a muffler setup that'll work with this hood, and then I will get back to y'all and we'll get everything nice and clean. I'm sure that the mower deck runs. I'm probably just going to slap everything back on it and let her ride. Well, we're going to go ahead and swap the carb out. I found an exhaust that kind of works. We're going to make it work. So that's that. We're going to take a few things off of here to get this going. Like this choke arm that we will not need anymore because we will not be using it. This 5/16, a lot of times I just bend that out of the way. A couple of 7/16 on the back side here. And there's a 5/16 on top there. That should allow this to come off. There we go. A couple of 8mm. So what I'm going to do is use this wow, that one's stuck on there, guys. Use this new style carb, but without, there we go, without the fuel solenoid on it. And then also I'm going to grab some cutters and cut that tab of it off right here. That's what I'm going to take off very quickly here. Because on these older machines, those tabs end up getting in the way. So, this mower's been sitting for so long, I'm not even going to venture to try to clean this carb. Plus, I really need to get this machine out of here. Get it on to a new home. So, let's see. I'll go ahead and put all these back in here. There we are. And then this. Hey, you'll see I've cut that off right there, because it will interfere with that air cleaner on this older style Briggs. We put the gasket in. We're gonna screw all of this in here. It's kind of weird. Okay. Slide all this stuff back on, including the little rubber piece there. Oh, I think I put these on the wrong way. No, I didn't. I don't have as much room though with that. And do something right here, y'all. Just shorty. Hey, that's the same. Something I didn't do right here. I can't figure out what it is. Because when I put this on, it's not pushing forward enough to get to thread those in, which is strange. I can at least get it started. Never encountered this problem before. That's weird. It's like it's not getting enough. It's kind of unusual. You only can get a couple threads in on that. Okay, so that's, I think everything's in now, ain't it? Put on this one more time. It's already cut the anti-backfire solenoid off of this as well. Throttle cable is on. We just have to hook fuel line on, which we need to cut a little bit of it off because of the length of it. Probably just cut it about right there. But we need to cut it off about, probably about right there. Oops. Yeah, that was a great idea. Let you know. Put the pliers after. Slide that on. We'll get a little paper towel and just blow this off the top here. Block the intake. I'll just blow this off. Okay. We'll release this. I did check to make sure we had enough oil in here, at least to start it. We got just enough just to run it for a minute or two. I'm not going to run it for longer than that. So, let me get this thing out here. Get y'all set up, and we'll see if this thing will run perpetually next. Alright y'all, so let's see. See what we got. We hook this back up. And see if I can get a green light. Not yet. Okay, got the green light. Move a couple of these items here. And no, not yet. Try it again here. Not bad at all. Alright, so now what I'll do, I'll go ahead and get all the pulleys and stuff situated underneath the machine. Probably throw the hood back on it and see if we can drive it around and cut with it, and if so, then we're going to be in good shape. And then we'll be getting pretty close to being able to take this and finish it off and send it on. So let me situate all of that, and we'll see what we have here in just a minute. Alright guys, hood's back on, oil is changed, we're ready to test this thing out, I suppose. So let's see. I even put some LED bulbs in it just to see if they would look cool and if they work. I'm just going to pop the blades off, sharpen them, and I'm going to go cut some yard with this. So, tell you what, I don't know why I did not get a mower lift sooner. You live and learn, right? I think a lot of it was guilt, because I felt guilty because I bought one of these for like 90 bucks, and then I started working on, or then I sold it. 2 months later, I started working on tractors. So, felt guilty buying some more. Oh, it looks like he just put some blades on this thing. Let's see. Oh yeah. Looks like the blades are just put on this season, so that's good. We'll give them a little bit of an edge while we've got everything up. I'm going to go cut with it, wash it up, and then after that, I think we're going to be all done with this one. We're going to send it on down the line. Alright guys, got it all finished here. It's running good. Mows pretty evenly. I think it's ready to go, so we're ready to see this go on down the line, I think. So, you know, I gave it a good cleaning. I still haven't shined it up with ATF, but I did clean out the headlight lenses a little bit. Again, this is not going to be the most, what would it be? It's not going to be the most expensive machine in the world. I got it listed at $425, mostly because of, you know, the deck has obviously been repainted and worked on some. 12.5 horse Briggs is doing good. Found an exhaust setup for it, and like I said, it's doing just fine right now. Put an air filter on it. Changed out the starter in it because The one that was in it was kind of weak, and seems like it's doing a lot better. And just gave it a good wash. All the tires hold air. All the belts seem to be good. So I think this thing is ready to roll. I'll crank it up and just drive up and down a little bit for y'all, just to show you that it's running and driving like it's supposed to. Cooler there. Wish I had a muffler guard, but again, this is going to be a cheap little rider. Nothing crazy, nothing special. I just knew that if I could swap the engines out on this, everything else was good on it because it was running, driving, and cutting when before the other engine had issues. I don't know if I showed y'all the other engine. The Powermore, he said that it just started losing power and leaking really bad. I'm not going to rebuild it. I am just going to take the starter off, the ignition coil off, and probably toss it. Please pardon the mess in my garage. It is a huge mess right now, mostly because I've got a bunch of stuff just lying around that we need to sort out. Pulled a couple engines, done some cleaning out and whatnot, and it's a little crazy. But the Powermore is right over here. When I pulled the engine out, the whole lower oil seal right there just fell off of it. So the oil seal, I don't know if it just failed or if I don't know. But again, Powermore engines, this one's too far taken apart for me to even want to do anything with it. And parts are not cheap, parts are not easy to find, and therefore it's going to sit there. So as you can see, we've got a lot more items ready to go here. And we've got this Troy Bilt ready to go. So like I said, it's going to be a cheap mower for somebody, and should work pretty well for whoever's looking for one. Alright guys, that's everything on this Troy Bilt Pony. It had the Powermore engine on it. Like I said, I think if I'm not mistaken, this is the one that I filmed the starter solenoid video on. And it's made like, I don't know, over $1,000, $1,200 on YouTube since I put it on there. So this is probably my highest, if that's the one, because you know you get like 1,000 of these in. This is probably one of my highest grossing machines ever, because I sold this to him originally for like $550, I think, and he used it for 4 years, got plenty of use out of it, and just gave it back to me after that engine ended up failing on it. We swapped the engine on it again. We're going to we put the 12.5 horsepower Briggs and Stratton on it. We're probably going to get another $400 out of it, whereas I don't really have anything in it aside from the driving to go get it and an air filter to put on it. So yeah, so we'd be, if this is that mower that I'm thinking of, we'll be pushing about $2,000 so far of the money that I have made on this machine, which is kind of crazy, but that's kind of beside the point. But overall, everything is good on it. Again, Just needed to put an engine on it. Of course, I had some overhead valve Briggs and stuff here. With the age, especially the condition of the deck and whatnot, and these Troy Bilt Ponies just not really bringing, well, when the decks are starting to kind of look a little rough like this, they don't bring a ton of money. I figured that this is be a good cheap mower to put a 12.5 in, save my nicer Briggs for nicer machines, because I know they'll inevitably come in. But thanks y'all for watching this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And again, it's hard to beat them 12.5 horsepower Briggs. And they don't have a ton of power compared to the overhead valve ones, but you know, the iron blocks and everything are good for longevity. This one's not even smoking either. It was, I think I overfilled it with oil just a little bit, and I think I ran it a little bit hot before the cooling fins, before I washed the cooling fins off and washed the engine off of it. And then also combined with the starter being a little bit weak, we swapped everything out, swapped the starter out, cleaned the cooling fins off, and gave it a good oil change, or took some of the oil out of it, and it seems to be good. We'll send it on down the line. Hopefully somebody will have a nice, cheap riding mower that will suit their needs for a few more years to come. And you never know, it may come back to me in a few more years again. It's kind of odd to see, but catch y'all on the next video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you then.